Guess one's
Hi,
faceless.
everyone. Welcome to another episode of Cookbook Connection. I am your host, Vivian Doctora. Cookbook Connection is a podcast where we spark stories and bring us closer together. Each episode, I will sit down with a guest to chat about their favorite cookbook and their recipe that means something special to them. Through these conversations, we explore memories, culture, and connection, all through the lens of food. So let's dig in. I'm super excited because I have my great friend Lynn Flannery here today. She's an awesome cook. Lynn and I go way back, way back in the State Farm date. We used to work together in the marketing department. She's actually part of my work family. We have one gentleman, and then how many of us? Four of us? Four of us. Yes, four of us.
Five. Do you have
Uh,
Kristen in there?
oh, Kristen,
Yeah,
you, Jamie, me. Yeah, four of us.
really.
Uh, Julie, yes, but
Yeah.
Julie's not part of the wife group, remember? So just four of us,
Well, that's true. That's
and
true.
then Kevin. So we're a work family, and we are the work sister wife. The funny part is Kevin is Catholic, so
Well, as are others of us, but
so Lynn is, so am I.
we'll use these, right?
So I'm really excited to have her today. Lynn also have a nickname of being the called the Mama Lynn, because Lynn always have whatever you need at her desk. She will have forks if you need one. She'll have plate if you need one. She'll snack if you want some. She's always prepared for any different occasion. So her other nickname is Mama Lynn. So anyway, Lynn, tell us a little bit about you, why you love cooking so much, so that our audience can get to know you.
Okay, well, thanks, Viv. So I'm Lynn, and yes, I don't. Part of it could be age, but I do like to be prepared, and I think that's the Girl Scout, the inner Girl Scout in me. But so let's see, we moved here back in November, or I moved here in November of '89.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
And then 3 kids later, they've all moved away. My husband has since passed, but I'm still here in the house we built. And it's funny because my youngest, when she was little, some of her gifts, because her dad used to bring home, these binders from work, because
Uh-huh. Yes.
so he'd bring a bunch of these home, and so they'd turn into gifts. She'd stick a few pages in them, use a dauber, and just be like, "Mom, I love you." It'd be about on 4 different pages. And she'd
Oh,
make one for Dad. So then we just decided, or she decided, and it's been redone, but
okay.
it's the Flanley Family Recipe Collection. And then she has
Oh,
a little quote down here: "People who love to eat are always the best people." Julia Child. And then she put recipes from the kitchen of the Flanley family. So, and
oh, that is
it's not,
so
they're not
cute.
laminated. It's pretty hodgepodge because,
That's the
as,
best cookbook ever.
yeah, because as we think of recipes we love or ones that I remember growing up with, I just pop
Yeah.
them in here. And
Yeah.
then oftentimes the girls, when they're cooking, they'll be like, "Hey, will you send me such and such a recipe?" So I'll go to my cookbook and send it to them. So luckily, both of my girls love to cook.
Yeah.
One's a pescatarian, so she's really good about making actually any, like she has a sister-in-law who's has a dairy restriction, so she's really good about
Mhm.
adapting her cooking to
Yeah.
dietary needs.
Yeah.
My son also likes to cook with his wife, so it's kind of, we definitely have a family cooking thing going, and they
Yes.
probably, since it's just me, they probably cook a lot more than I do, but I'm the keeper of the recipe book.
That
So
is so awesome. I just love how custom it is, and it's really just all the recipe you guys love to cook and love to make, and then you can always refer to it. So you should try to publish it one day. I think it will be, I would buy it.
I even, there's sometimes when I'll like insert a recipe because I think it looks really good, and I'll make
Yeah.
a note. I haven't made it yet, but I want to. And then after
Yeah.
I make it, then I'll make a note. So it's
Yeah.
definitely a work in progress because we're always
Right.
willing to add new recipes.
Yeah.
So
And then
and
the
I,
best part is you have memories to kind of go with it, right? When you
that's
make this
that's
certain
right.
dish and this is, during Thanksgiving, holidays, and what have you. So it's not just the recipe, but it's the memories, right, that goes along with it. So that's the
It's funny
best
you
part
say
of the
that
cookbook.
because at the beginning in the pocket, I keep track of our menus at Thanksgiving and Christmas. Anytime we've been here at the house, maybe eating as a family, I'm like, okay, we have to keep track of what we've had and then see if we want to duplicate or improve on it.
Yeah,
So
that is awesome.
yeah,
So we need to talk about getting that thing published, Lynn. Let's do it. Let's do
I
it.
think they'd be like, clean that sucker up.
Yeah.
But no, it works for us. Works for us.
That is so good. So is there a specific recipe or dish within the cookbook that you want to share with us, or maybe do a little demonstration and talk to us
There
about
is.
why that was the recipe that you chosen for today?
There is. So when I grew up, especially
Hmm.
on my dad's side,
Yeah.
so there were three of us, so family of five, and then he only had one brother. He had a great aunt or an aunt, my great aunt. So it wasn't like we had a huge gathering, but I mean enough. And what always stuck in my mind, we almost had a 1-to-1 ratio of pies to people. But we always loved fruit pies, with the exception of pecan pies. So I always, in my mind, everybody did that, right? So then I get married and I go to my husband to be with my husband's family, and I see like maybe 2 pies, and I'm like, "Hey, where are all the pies?" And he's like,
What's wrong with you
"There's
people?
there's an apple." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I learned early on that I was going to have to start bringing pie. And so one
Oh,
of our family recipes was apricot,
okay.
which we had others like gooseberry, and then this one my great aunt made that I wish I had the recipe for.
Yeah.
But so I thought I would make an apricot pie.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm kind of so, and as you can see, somebody asked me for the recipe, so I
Yeah.
typed it up and sent it, to my sister.
Oh.
So yeah, I didn't even bother putting on a recipe card. So who knows? It Yeah, I even have recipe cards, but I don't always use them. Depends on how much time I have.
Apricot.
So
I don't think I've ever had apricot pie before.
oh,
Is there a fresh apricot or do you
I
use
buy
dry
them.
apricot or?
I buy them. They're dried, and then
Okay.
basically you cook them down. You add water and apricots, and then once they're cooked down, then you add some sugar. But I'm really picky because I've learned over the years I only use California apricots because they're not as sweet. Like Mediterranean,
Oh,
they're sweeter, and I can
okay.
never get it to taste the same. So I ordered my apricots in advance, so that we'd
You
have
have
a
a
really
supply
good
for apricot. Okay, Lynn.
I don't know. I used to, I could just get them at the store, but lately I have not been able to find California apricots.
So
So
California dry apricot.
yes, so
Oh,
since you
okay.
can see through, they're
Yeah.
just a little dry. They're pretty
Oh, and
bright.
they're very orangey. I would
Yes,
have
they
think that
are.
they are more yellow.
The older they get, the more brown they are. But I mean, they're still yummy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
'Cause
cool.
you see dried apricots at the store, but if you check the label, they're from somewhere, so they are Mediterranean and they're sweeter.
I have no idea there is a difference
That's
uh,
right.
based on where they come from. I
Yeah.
learn something new every
I
day.
learned that because I've made this pie so many times. Yeah.
Right, right. Okay, so what do you do first? Do you make your own crust or do you buy store-bought?
Okay, here's the deal. My mom taught me, especially with three kids, you know what? These darn Pillsbury pie crusts will get it done. And usually I was making pies late at night after the kids were in bed. And I was like, yeah, this is the way to go. So I've continued doing this, but I always say, if I find, especially now that I have a little more time, if
Yeah.
I find a from scratch recipe, I'll try it. But I mean, otherwise, these things
This
are
is
good.
as good as
They're
you
good.
made it. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
So, all right. So you
So
just
do
want
you
me to,
still debate those pie crusts or
yeah.
oh okay, okay.
So, let's pop them out here. So you're
Because I
going to,
think the one that I used are the one that's already in the tin foil already and like ready to
like graham
bake. So
cracker.
yeah,
So
yeah, already have it ready to go. So those are the one that I
these
usually buy.
have the crust all rolled up. So you
Okay.
only just have to let it sit out for like 30
For
minutes.
a little bit, just like the
But yeah,
pastry. Yeah, pastry.
so a box, you get the two pieces because it is a covered pie. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to let these sit
Oh,
for a
the
little
one on
bit.
the bottom and the top. So you cover it. Got it.
Yes. And here's something about me. One pie I don't like to make is pumpkin. Not that my family loves pumpkin pie. I made it, and I just don't think it's pretty when I make it. So I don't want to make it because I want my pies to be pretty. So that's what pies got to be pretty. Even if it tastes, that's to make it complete. So, so really to get started, I had down on my recipe 3 bags of apricots, and then I changed it to 4 because I wanted it really be full and fruity. Okay. So basically what you're going to do, get a pan, get your apricots, whatever.
How many bag of apricot? 3?
But they weren't this big. They were
I see. Okay.
6, 7 ounces. So I'm just having to kind of wing it on the on what's comparable out of this big bag.
Okay.
I'm thinking, yeah. So it's a pretty
full. Decent amount. That's a lot.
Yeah. I'm going to go fill this up with water.
Okay.
Cover it so that you have more water than
the apricot.
Covered.
Okay.
So the deal is you'll cook these down. It takes maybe 30, 45 minutes. You just kind of keep going over and kind of smushing it to see how
soften it.
So that they can smush all the way because you don't want whole.
Oh, you don't want to see the whole apricot. You want it to be sort of a liquid form?
Exactly.
Okay, got it.
Started. All right.
She have her apricot cooking.
According to the recipe, you cook your apricots in water for about 45 minutes.
Okay.
In heat. And again, just check it. It could be a little bit less.
Yeah.
The water level covers all the apricots.
Okay.
And then you're basically pureeing them. And then when they're completely cooked, you're not going to see any of the water. And that's when you're going to add some sugar.
Okay. Got it.
So, so really what you need for this is your crust, whether you make it, buy it.
Yeah.
A sufficient 3 or 4 bags, in my mind, California apricots. You're going to use approximately maybe a little less than a cup of sugar.
Okay.
And then you'll use a little on the side because I always like to do a little egg wash and sugar on top.
Okay.
And that's it.
Oh, and then so did you have to wait till the filling cool down before you put it down on the pie? No.
Nope.
Okay.
And another thing about me, I do love my Longaberger pie plate. I love it so much that I have about 4 that I use, but I made sure I got one for my 3 girls, my 2, and then my daughter-in-law. Because I just think it bakes pies really well.
Really?
Great size, all that. So
can you still buy them these days or no?
Yes, you can go on Facebook Marketplace. Sometimes resale stores. I found one there once. Yeah. So yeah. We all, I was one of those people that bought so much Longaberger, it was ridiculous, and thought that one day,
I remember
if I want to sell it, it'll be worth something.
Yes. I remember all those all the parties that I have gone to.
Exactly.
Sell Longaberger basket. Yeah.
But again, there are so many things. I have a Longaberger, like when I beat up my little egg for the wash, Longaberger. Little dish there. So really, while the apricots are cooking, I like to get started on my pie crust. Okay. So, all right, I may move this so you can see. Yeah,
we'd love to see. Is there a trick or a tip in laying the pie crust?
Well, I should have been a little more prepared and sat this out a little sooner.
Oh, no worries. Yep.
There we go.
That's a good angle. Yep.
Okay. And so you've got to be able to, it's working. It's working. Yeah. So you're just going to roll it out.
Yeah.
And, look, it's in a perfectly round shape. So who doesn't love that? So you don't need to treat your pie plate.
Okay. You don't have to dust some flour or anything. No.
I don't put anything in it.
Okay.
I'm sure that other people have their thoughts. Yeah. Mine is, it's perfectly fine without it.
Well, because you have a Longaberger baking dish.
Exactly. Who needs anything when you have
Not everybody has that.
Right. except my daughters, of course. Okay, so I've got this all in here.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
And then I'm going to open up the second one because I told you it's really important that my pies are pretty. So I decide what cutout I want to use. So today, since I said I love making pie and apricot, I'm going to use a little heart.
Oh.
So again, we're going to unroll this.
So do you do that ahead of time, or do you do it like after you put the fillings down?
Oh, I can't put it on until after the filling's in, but this way I get it all ready.
Okay, got it.
I guess I could have really been prepared and cooked the apricots halfway, but I didn't. So
no, that's okay.
Because pickleball called.
Yes.
All right.
Pickleball win.
All right. So what I'm going to do, I start in the middle, and I'm going to press a heart.
Yeah.
And pop that out. And then I'm going to do some hearts on top. Pressing another, pop them out.
You can basically use any like shape or cookie cutter on that.
Oh, yeah. Like at Christmas, I have a snowflake. I've done it in desperate times. I've used like a little cup and just made circles. You can do whatever you want, whatever you have. I've kind of built up my collection of these little cutter deals.
Yeah.
So, but the heart's always nice.
And for all occasion.
So then when I do finish it off, what I'll do, I'll beat up my egg.
Yeah.
Do a little egg wash on top, and then situate the cutouts on top of it, just to make it a little more decorative. And then I'll put it on, and then I do the edges, you make it a little all the way around. And then after that, after it's all assembled, then I sprinkle some sugar to give it a little crunchiness on the top. And then I bake it for 15 minutes at 425. And then I reduce the heat to 325 for 25 minutes.
Okay.
And I'm one of those, here I'm, letting you know my brands that I like, but I have a Pampered Chef pie ring. So I give it a little spray so it doesn't stick to the pie, but I put it here so that the crust doesn't get too done.
I didn't know that thing ever exists.
Yeah, I have a couple. I have another one that's silicone for smaller pies, but this one fits the Longaberger pie plate perfectly.
So what does it do? It's prevent it from like burning the crust?
Yeah, it's supposed to keep the crusts from getting too dark. Sometimes if you see a pie, I like to eat the whole crust. And if the top, the part that you've made the little marks in, it's too done, sometimes it kind of takes away and you don't want to eat it. But I want to make sure you can eat the whole darn thing.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, and then after that, you're basically just checking to see that it's got like a nice golden brown top. Pop that baby out, let it cool, and then just eat it up. I'm not one of those that thinks you need to put anything on it. I'm not an a la mode person. My kids do love like a Cool Whip or Ready Whip, some type of whipped topping sometimes. So we do that for them. But I just eat it plain.
Just like that. Yeah. Lynn, I would like to see your face. Now, Our audience would like to see your pretty face.
Okay, I'm gonna check out my counter. Okay.
So does it eat kind of tart or sweet apricot?
So that's where the most you want to put in is like a cup of sugar, because I like it to be a little bit tart, but it still's got sweetness. So you're not like, thinking, wow, this is crazy tart, but you want a little bit.
Yeah. I would love to try a slide when you have that baby done.
When it's done, I will either deliver. Yeah, I will get you.
We'll meet somewhere.
I in June, so
yeah. So besides the apricot pie, what is your kids' other favorite pie that you make as well?
I do have a good raspberry pie recipe. Another thing, I like recipes that don't have too many ingredients. I like to keep it simple, keep them basic. Yeah.
To my soul. I
If I have
must
to like
say,
shop really hard to figure out what an ingredient is and to find it at a store, I'm probably not going to want to make it.
yes, I
So,
agree. I
so yeah,
agree.
raspberry and like I said, pumpkin. I have made it, but oftentimes I'll resort to buying it.
Yeah.
Um, I've made a cherry again with as minimal
Mhm.
ingredients as possible. There is a good recipe for apple pie that comes with the Longaberger pie plate, so I made
Oh,
that as well. So
okay.
you can tell fruity is
Yeah, fruit is kind
what I
of
like.
your category. Do you do
Yeah,
any savory pie like chicken pot pie or
you know what? We were latchkey kids, and so we ate some of those banquet pie, chicken pot pies growing up. So I don't eat pot pie, so I
your
don't
scar
make
from chicken pot pie?
zero pot pie.
No
I do
chicken
make
pot.
like quiche.
Oh, yeah.
That's savory.
Yeah,
Um,
that's savory.
I
Yeah.
do love mincemeat pie though, even though
Okay.
now it doesn't have meat in it. It used to, but not anymore.
Okay.
Love mincemeat pie.
So at like holidays, I know you guys get together for like Thanksgiving, Christmas. Is there a go-to pie or you guys kind of change it up every year?
I usually ask them, but usually raspberry, um, apricot, pumpkin, and cherry.
So there's your four go-to
Yeah,
pies that you do.
yeah.
So are you always the one making the pie, or does Brooks or Paige,
I
even
usually, I
Frankie
mean,
take turn?
I've when they were younger, I had them help me just so they would be comfortable making pie.
Yeah,
Now, my daughter-in-law Christine, she would totally be fine making whatever kind of pie because she and Frankie love to cook.
yeah.
But usually, people can count on me to bring pie. Like if we're going to go somewhere else, I'll
Yes.
have pie and I'll have rolls made. So
Oh,
love our yeast rolls as well.
oh, I cannot wait to try that apricot pie. It just sounds so yummy. So
Yeah.
besides pie is kind of your jam, what other favorite things that you love to make? In within the cookbook, of course.
So, well, yeah. Something I grew up with was peanut butter bread. And so I
Oh,
switched it up and made it into a muffin recipe because
mm,
my family, we love peanut butter.
yeah.
So, yeah. So it's in, I organized it. We've got
Peanut
the
butter
Swedish.
muffin. That sounds yummy. It's
And
got
it's
packed with protein because it's
true.
peanut butter.
Yeah. And if you, I mean, if you want, you can add chopped up peanuts in it. I'm kind of a, yeah, I prefer not to because
Yeah.
but that's just me. Um, Okay, let's find it here. And I normally put a little paper clip, colored paper clips on the page as I'm making something so I can find it quickly. But
Oh,
so that is definitely, and my whole family, we don't like to overcook things.
yeah.
So on the muffins, they've got to be a bit, okay, if I say gooey, I mean, it's not runny or anything, but it can't be
Yeah.
like too,
Dry. Yeah.
or, well, even close to, I mean, I think what some people think is a perfectly baked muffin. Sometimes my kids are like, yeah, that's too done and they won't eat it.
Got
So
it.
we
Got it.
definitely like to keep things moist.
Yeah.
So
I know that I have tried some of the because you like to make things and then freeze it and then for the future so that you have snack all the time. So I think I have one of
yes,
your zucchini, maybe zucchini bread or zucchini muffin.
I have made zucchini bread for sure. And
Yeah.
I've branched out because I found a recipe that somebody made and they put pineapple in it. And it was just
Oh,
so yummy and moist.
I bet because of all these liquids that come from that pineapple.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We
Yeah.
also love to do the 6 week raisin bran muffins. So
Oh,
basically, it's like a box of raisin bran, and you get one of the huge bowls,
yeah.
and um, put your basic ingredients in there, but some buttermilk, so you know it's going to be nice
Super
and
moist.
yeah,
Yeah.
super moist. But it's got cinnamon, and it's just the recipe lasts for 6 weeks. So you can just
Oh,
be baking. You don't have to bake all of them. You just bake them as you want to.
yeah.
So while I'm looking for the peanut
Yeah.
butter muffin, we also love Texas cheesecake. So I
Oh,
and it's even got little splatters
Texas
from us.
cheesecake. Oh, wow.
That's the one where you make in a jelly roll pan, but it's like
Okay.
one fluid motion. You don't have to wait for anything to cool. You just
Okay.
make the cake, and while it's in the oven, you're making the icing, and then once it comes out, you just pour the icing on it. So
Uh-huh.
good. And we even have
Oh,
it. in a peanut butter recipe.
Oh, I don't think I ever have a Texas cheesecake before.
Oh, it's so good. Seriously, so
Oh,
good.
maybe we need to try to make some one day.
And I think pumpkin muffins, I used to make those and take them into the
Yes,
office.
yes,
Hmm.
yes, you have. You sure
Uh,
have, Lynn. Sure have. Well, while you search for that peanut butter muffin recipe, oh, you found it?
so this is
Oh,
one where it's like, I think my writing from when I was a lot younger. Oh yeah, because I was Lynn Hufford in that one.
yes.
But yeah, so the recipe was for a loaf of peanut butter bread, and then like I
Oh,
said, I just do it
in like a muffin. Yeah.
in muffin form because yeah, it's so much
Oh.
easier to share with
That
people.
sounds super yummy for sure.
Yeah,
There's so many things that I would love to be in your kitchen and just with your family while you guys cook. I can see that you guys a lot of fun, laugh, and they all have a different dietary restriction or preferences.
preferences. Yes.
So yeah, preferences. So I think it's fun that you guys are able to tweak some of the recipe to kind of make it works for everybody. So
Mhm.
I would love to be in your kitchen when everybody's home and I,
Well,
yeah,
cooking with my kids because so my youngest Brooke, when
yeah,
the
yeah,
best,
yes,
she and I are the worst at telling jokes and stories. But Paige and Frankie, even if Brooke and I are like the subject
yeah.
of the joke, we're still laughing because they are pretty funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, anytime when we're all together, there's going to be some teasing, some jokes, some
Yeah.
stories, but it probably won't be Brooke and me telling them. We'll just be the subject. So,
You just be the main character
uh-huh,
in the story that is
uh-huh.
a
We've,
joke.
we've learned to take it well.
Good for you guys.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing the recipe and talking through this fabulous and unique cookbook with us. So now I'm just going to ask you some random questions.
Okay.
Let's get a little quick fire. Um, a cookbook Is there a cookbook that you have in mind? Obviously, not this fabulous custom cookbook that you have, which is still trying to persuade you to publish it. If you had to give a friend a cookbook, is there a go-to that you will give it to someone?
I do like, I'm trying to, it's a cookbook, and I have it in the other room if you want me to go get it. It's one from Labels. Here, let me run and get it.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course, Lynn has a bunch of cookbook at her house. No surprise. In addition to her very fabulous family custom cookbook. Um,
Okay. So, just kind of an extension of this,
yeah,
it's a thank you gift from Paige, who got married last June.
yeah.
Brooke and I each got a cookbook from Paige. So mine is the Magnolia Table because
Oh,
I
I love her. Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
I need to start cooking some of her stuff. So
Okay.
we do appreciate cookbooks, but best recipes from the backs of boxes, bottles, cans, and jars.
Oh, okay.
I do like this. It's
Oh,
kind of the recipes that we made pretty regularly growing up.
okay.
Because, like I
Okay.
said, we usually got dinner started,
Yeah.
so got to have something that's easy to make. So,
Oh,
yeah, so that
those
was
are good one. Those are good one. I love Joanna Gaines. So
yeah.
she does I try to make her biscuit recipe once. And also her crepes, which I love crepes. My whole family love to eat crepes. So she always have a little bit of tip in here and there. And what I love also about her is how she just makes with a little bit of her Korean culture into some of her cooking as well.
Mhm.
She's like you. She bring her kids into her kitchen and then try to cook it with them together. So, which is super awesome. So,
So usually I'm because I clean as I go because I hate to see the mess. Clean as you go
yeah.
in your show. So when my kids are cooking, I'm usually like slipping in, cleaning up, kind of annoying them, but they don't mind because they don't have to clean up. So, uh-huh.
Okay, another questions that I have. What is the favorite ingredient that you cannot live without?
So I remember when you asked Marie this, and she said butter, which I concur.
Yes.
But I think eggs. So I
Mhm.
think anymore, it seems like anything you can make, you throw an egg on it and it's delicious. If it didn't need it, but you put it on it, it's yummy. So yeah, even the pie. It doesn't need an egg in it, but you do a little egg wash and it makes the crust
Yes.
even prettier and
Yes.
more
And
crunchy.
eggs very versatile. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, I do
even
love
I
it.
was making some pancakes for breakfast, even though it's not from scratch, from a box, but they still require an egg. So with
Mhm.
no eggs, you can even make box pancake these days.
Right, and you can split it if you want to just use the egg whites and be ultra healthy, or some
Yes.
people just
Yes,
like
totally.
Brooke prefers egg whites versus the whole egg.
Me too.
So
I just had
yeah.
some egg white for breakfast, so totally agree with her. So.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Yeah.
Lynn, this has been fun. Thank you so, so much for sharing sort of some of the tips and tricks on how to make pie, your favorite cookbook, which is a family um, cookbook that you guys have put together. I can see that pass on from generation to generation to generation. You may need to add to that binder. Hence, that's
Sure.
the reason why you need to start working on publishing that cookbook so everyone can enjoy all this fabulous recipe that you guys have in there. So. But thank you, audience, for listening today. Make sure to follow us on Cookbook Connection on YouTube. I also been editing some audio file that on recent episode that we just recorded. So should be going out on Spotify pretty soon. So stay tuned to that. Follow us on our Facebook page. Get any update on what our next guest is gonna be and what they will be cooking up in the kitchen with us. So with that, thank you so much and have a great rest of the day. And I will see you until next time.
Thank you, Viv. See ya.